all my unit, my writers, my associate, everybody was reluctant to cast him. And they said, when the name came, the 3-4 names were there, I said, yeah, Pratik Babbar को cast करते. बोला सर आपका दिमाग खराब हो गया है सर, प्रतीक बब्बर कहाँ से ये रोल में जाएगा, वो कैसे दिखता है, वो सोबो है सोबो. And he came with this whole Mad Max look, like पूरे बाल bluish, पूरा glares with some weird glares, and he came with छोटा trousers पहन के था, oh you dude, like that.
और सर ने जैसे कहा, यार देख तेरी माँ ने ऐसे किरदार निभाए, मिट्टी से जुड़े हुए किरदार निभाए, ये तेरी अपॉर्चुनिटी है to pay homage to your mother.
To tribute to
tribute.
To be very honest, after IFA and Filmfare, I exist in Bollywood. Let's put it that way.
When I was offered lipstick, there was nothing else. When I was offered youth, there was nothing else. I often get asked, how do you select your roles? And my answer usually is, I don't. I take whatever job is offered to me. I remember going back to Lucknow and I met this one family who were neighbors. And I mean, हम लोग चाय पे गए थे and I remember they were like, अच्छा, now you're working in films. And ये बहुत होता है लखनऊ में. तो it was very weird and I was like, मैं इनको क्या बोलूँ कि मैं part time क्या करती हूँ.
When an actor proves everybody wrong, people, especially people who are reluctant, I think मुझे तब मेरे बारे में जब ऐसा होता है मुझे बहुत मजा आता है.
एक झलक दिख जाए मेरी माँ की, मेरा काम हो गया.
No, it's a relaunch. I'm telling you, I'm saying on the camera, it's a relaunch for Pratik Babbar.
Lockdown. I think this word kind of scared the bejesus out of everyone today because of the experiences we have had in the last 2 years. Because of it, it was a sad time, introspecting time, and for some cathartic even. But what it was, I will say in one word, was a confusing time for everyone. But to make sense out of that confusion is something only a maverick can do. And that is something Madhur Bhandarkar is doing with his next India Lockdown. And today I'm sitting with him and the 3 actors who kind of personify what quality cinema is in our generation. So it's a pleasure to be sitting with Madhur sir, Sai, Aahana and Pratik. So everyone, welcome to Bollywood Bubble.
Thank you.
And I won't ask you how your lockdown went.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh my God, thank you.
Because I think that is a question that has been done and dusted before by a lot of people.
Done to death.
Already. So, Madhur sir, I want to start by asking that in the event today, you said that this is not an anthology per se.
Yeah, it's not.
These are 4 stories.
Yeah.
But they are not anthology.
No, absolutely
you are
not.
known to do something different. How difficult was to kind of combine 4 stories without making them kind of related, but also relating at a emotional level, but not physically relating, and kind of exploring this kind of new genre?
Yeah, very difficult. In fact, which was one of the film subject which with me and collaborated with my writers in a very short span. Otherwise, my movie takes time a lot. But we had a great research and all. But then not making episodic and making I know there are lots of anthology being made when they make the film, short film or anything. So one story gets over, 2nd star, 3rd star, 4th star. But I wanted to have a conversation in the film where 4 stories are parallel to each other and some characters know each other. So that's how it was very difficult to crack a screenplay like that. It's not very easy. And to get into the same sync. So it took time, but when we wrote the script, when we thought, there were different aspects of society we wanted to put all together, then we zeroed down to 4 stories, and which beautifully crafted, well written by the writers, and it came in such a way that 4 different strata of people from different society people, from the sex worker to the migrant worker to a man alone in this house to a pilot sitting inside a house, and how she's basically want to get out, The whole thing was so well written, and we shot, and my homework is very good. When I take a lot of time in writing, my execution is very less. Once my script is ready, the execution is very faster.
I manifested that she will win the IFA for Mimi, and it happened. And I like saying it again and again, so I'm saying it again.
Thank you.
But Sai, when you get an award for a film like that, the film already changed perspective of people. But when you get a laurel to show for it, how does it kind of affect your standing in the industry and how people kind of perceive you that you have noted?
To be very honest, after IFA and Filmfare, I exist in Bollywood. Let's put it that way.
Iska jalwa ho gaya.
I exist. People, they knew that, okay, there's some actor called this, and she knows her job. So yeah, it's given me a lot of what do you say, fuel to work harder, and a lot of encouragement also. And I've started liking. I'm fond of awards now.
Yeah, अब चस्का चढ़ गया है.
I'm used to it now.
Yeah, and I have always been a Sai Tamhankar admirer, and I continue to be so. Yeah. Aahana, for you, like when you do films like Lipstick Under My Burqa and you do shows like Yudh, people kind of know you and kind of recognize you for a certain kind of quality projects. But do you feel sometimes it kind of comes in between when it comes to casting in commercial projects from the point of reference of the casting directors or maybe filmmakers?
Well, I think the one word that I get associated with a lot is credibility, and I think I take great pride in it. In today's time and age, you can make a lot of money, you can make a lot of everything, you know. But I think credibility is one thing that seldom you get attached to, and I take great pride in that word. When I was offered Lipstick, there was nothing else. When I was offered Youth, there was nothing else. I often get asked, how do you select your roles? And my answer usually is, I don't. I take whatever job is offered to me, I do it with utmost sincerity, because it took me very long to convince my own family that I could make a career or make a living out of this career. When you come from a family when, you know, there is no backing in the film business or no understanding from the film business, especially when you come from a city where there is no understanding of this business at all. Forget anything else, we weren't even from Bombay. So, you know, to come to Bombay and adjust to Bombay first, and then to adjust to, filmon mein ja rahi hai ladki. And trust me, when I started working in the films, and I remember going back to Lucknow and I met this one family who were neighbors. And I mean, you know, hum log chai pe gaye the, and I remember they were like, "Acha, now you're working in films." And ये बहुत होता है लखनऊ में. तो you know, it was very weird, and I was like, मैं इनको क्या बोलूँ कि मैं part time क्या करती हूँ? Maybe मैं part time फिल्मों में काम करती हूँ, and you know, because they asked me, आप ये करती हैं और क्या करती हैं? So you get asked a lot of these kind of questions. So I think to get credibility in your own family and in your own surroundings is very difficult. So I've always been a yes person. I've always taken up whatever work has come my way. I have been extremely lucky that whatever work I have done has worked. And I've been able to make some money. So, you know, I mean, at least my father was just like, chalo, theek hai, ladki matlab kaam kar rahi hai, paise bhi kama rahi hai, you know. So it's one of those things. So I think, you know, I think like I've just been lucky that I've been attached to very good filmmakers. The process has been very simple. Whatever work, small, big, large, comes to me, I take it. And I really haven't been picky and choosy till I met Madhur Bhandarkar, and he, you know, sunnaud me 3 things that tu sare kaam kar rahi hai, tu sare kaam mat kiya kar, you know. So I took him also seriously this year. You know, so I took a step back also, and I think also COVID has been a great time to retrospect in the process that we are doing, because when you watch, आप जब बाहर का काम देखते हैं और आप इतना content consume करते हैं, then you actually sit back and think, do I really want generations to watch my work like this? Or do I really need to take a step back and just think कि भाई मुझे आगे क्या करना है? Because I think that really defines you, like that defines your way ahead. So I feel credibility is the word that I will attach myself with for the rest of my life. And I hope I get to work with absolutely fantastic filmmakers in this country and, you know, elsewhere.
As the trailer we see, you kind of flirt with your neighbor.
Oh God, yeah.
So are you as flirtatious in real life as
Not
well?
at all. I think I'm the complete opposite of that. And, you know, and I really like, I remember asking him his age also. I was like, how old are you? Like, he's really young. You know, and I met him on the set, and he's a very shy, very sweet boy. And I thought he'll be very inhibited, but he was very uninhibited. And I think उस time ये stories बहुत हुई थी. You know, neighbors एक दूसरे से मिले, people got to know each other, because आप वैसे भी मतलब धड़ल्ले से किसी के घर पे थोड़ा ना जा सकते थे. मतलब there weren't like parties happening, but you never know actually.
You never know.
You just don't know. I mean, Madhur sir knows better because he's written a story regarding that. But I think it was what the story deals with is loneliness, you know, and I think that's a very universal concept and a very universal conversation, because आप ग्लोबली देखिए तो भारत की तरह सब लोग लकी नहीं होते कि सब लोग एक दूसरे के घरों में रहते हैं, बड़ी बड़ी फैमिलीज में रहते हैं. People live isolated in most countries. And to be able to combat loneliness, I think, is the greatest, hurdle in your life. And to be able to come to terms with it, that you can live alone and you can want, and yearning companionship is another thing.
Pratik, Babbar, when we see, we expect the sobo guy who runs the truck bar. That suits your personality. This is something completely opposite. What was your first reaction when you first saw yourself on the monitor in this avatar, pulling off this accent and pulling off this kind of a rustic image?
I was very excited. I was extremely excited because that's what we strive for as actors. We want to be as different from our previous character as we can. I was extremely excited. I thought this was a huge opportunity to showcase my talent. It's up to the audience to judge. But I think I'm so fortunate that I'm part of this film, and so offered me this film. अलग मज़ा होती है जब तुम कंफर्ट जोन के बाहर निकलते हो और बड़े चैलेंजेस आप फेस करते हो, एक्सेप्ट करते हो और मेहनत करते हो, ज़्यादा डबल मेहनत करते हो और आई थिंक वो कैथारसिस ज़्यादा अच्छा होता है और आई थिंक वो एक आर्टिस्ट की तरह तुम हकीकत में आर्टिस्ट you feel like an artist. You feel like somebody who really believes in the art and passion of being someone completely different and portraying his story to the best of your abilities. I think it was a wonderful opportunity for me, I think.
See, with his voice, when he attempts a Hindi line, how cute it seems. That is
Now
something I
imagine
really want to see in India lockdown. But was there a little bit of surprise when you saw yourself first in this kind of role?
There was. And I was, in fact, surprised, but very pleasantly surprised because I looked the part.
Absolutely. It was the part.
The trailer shows it.
Absolutely. And I have to mention this anecdote. The first time I met Sir, I had blue hair.
He came with a very very weird look, And the best part, I have to share this with everybody. All my unit, my writers, my associate, everybody was reluctant to cast him. And they said, when the name came, the 3-4 names were there, I said, Pratik Babbar को cast करते. बोला सर आपका दिमाग खराब हो गया है सर प्रतीक बब्बर कहाँ से ये रोल में जाएगा वो कैसे दिखता है वो सोबो है सोबो मुंबई वाला है सोबो मुंबई वाला है वो डूड लगता है टाटू लगा के घूमते रहता है वो कहाँ उसको तुम लोगे तो आई सेड नहीं यार वो अच्छा एक्टर है एंड वी हैव ऑलरेडी कास्टेड हर साई तमनकर को तो लो उसके सामने सर क्या बात कर रहे हो मैं बोला नहीं सर मैं बोला पक्का उसको कास्ट करते उसको बुलाता हूँ मैं तो थ्रू अ कॉमन फ्रेंड एंड हु यूज्ड टू लुक इनटू हिज वर्क एंड आई कॉल्ड हिम and they were saying नहीं सर सोच लो आप बोला मिलते ना उसको and he came with this whole Mad Max look like पूरे बाल bluish पूरा glares with some weird glares and he came with छोटा trousers पहन के था oh you dude like that मैं बोला ये क्या हो गया यार मैंने बोला and he came and he sat and full energy हाँ बताओ क्या है then all my assistants are looking and they all who are said सर अभी भी सोच लो क्या कर रहे हो हाँ तो मैं बोला नहीं रहे और मैंने आई सेड तू चुप बैठ यार बट समटाइम आई हैव दिस स्ट्रांग कन्विक्शन आई सेड नहीं ये सूट होगा नहीं अतुल कुलकर्णी इन चांदनी 12 मिनट कास्ट तो when I said पोतिया सावंत because it's a gangster बोले ये पोतिया सावंत तो अतुल खुद बोलता है मैं कहाँ से लगता हूँ आपको गैंगस्टर सर तो इतना he was very पतला that time very thin he was तो ऐसे मैं तेरे को देख सकता हूँ यार पोतिया सावंत के रोल में बिकॉज पोतिया सावंत हेफ्टी रहेगा बॉस रहेगा एटीट्यूड रहेगा कैरेक्टर में बट आई सेड नो यू विल बी एबल टू डू द सेम आई थॉट फॉर हिम आई सेड तू एक माइग्रेंट वर्कर का रोल है तू करेगा ही सर अच्छा साउंड करता है वो देन आई गिव हिम अबाउट आई सेड योर मदर हैज डन सच ब्यूटीफुल रोल इन पेट प्यार और पाप एंड फिल्म लाइक चक्रा ब्रिलियंटली फ्लॉलेसली ऐसे तो ऐसा रोल है तुमको करना चाहिए अलग है तो ही वॉज वेरी एक्साइटेड मैंने he said लगता है मैं करूँगा, I said 100% तू करेगा, फोड़ देगा तू, टेंशन मत ले. And he was very ready. Then he was ready and my
सर ने मुझे इतना encourage किया, इतना confidence दिया. फिर भी मेरा confidence थोड़ा shaken था. मुझे नहीं समझ में आया यार मैं नीले बाल में मेरे कैसे करूँगा. So I was actually वो लॉकडाउन के जोन में थे हम लोग सब कि मतलब घर पे बैठे कुछ करने को है नहीं, कुछ बाल नीले कर दिए, एक और टैटू बना दिया यहाँ वहाँ. तो मैं फिर भी मैं चैलेंज के लिए रेडी था, मैं 100%. और सर ने जैसे कहा यार देख तेरी माँ ने ऐसे किरदार निभाए, मिट्टी से जुड़े हुए किरदार निभाए, ये तेरी अपॉर्चुनिटी है टू पे होमेज टू योर मदर, टू पे ट्रिब्यूट. तो मैं सर ठीक है, मैं भी फिर भी नर्वस था. मैं फिर कॉस्ट्यूम ट्रायल हुआ जहाँ पे मेरे बाल को डाई किया, वो स्प्रे से ब्लू बाल को ब्लैक बना दिया,
ब्लू से इंसान बनाया, कैरेक्टर मिला,
ब्राउन वाला.
ब्लू बाल को ब्लैक करे.
आप अभी माइग्रेंट में आ जाते,
टैन मेकअप लगाया, ये कपड़े पहनाए और मैंने अपने आप को आईने में देखा. यार ये मैं हूँ.
Yeah, completely different. And all my team also was very taken aback. The same people who were very reluctant to have Pratik, they said, "Sir, ये तो बहुत ही कमाल है, sir."
And as Pratik's co-actor, I would really want to say this.
Yeah.
When an actor proves everybody wrong, people, especially people who are reluctant, I think मुझे तब मेरे बारे में जब ऐसा होता है मुझे बहुत मजा आता है. And now you will see 2 December से आप देख पाओगे, he will prove everyone.
Yeah, brilliant. He is absolutely brilliant.
See, I agree.
He is really, I'm telling you, people will look at him like this will be Pratik Babbar very honestly 2.0 relaunch.
एक झलक दिख जाए मेरी माँ की मेरा काम हो गया.
Then it's a relaunch. I'm telling you, I'm saying on the camera, it's a relaunch for Pratik Babbar.
But Pratik, as you mentioned, na, ki it's like a tribute to your mother, and he also used that reference that your mother used to do these kind of roles. When it comes in a positive way, it is very motivating. But when people put it as expectations of you kind of living up to her legacy and kind of matching up to that stardom that she achieved, does it get a little disheartening when people try to kind of put you on that, you to kind of put on that same pedestal as she was? Does it become disheartening a little?
I won't say disheartening because being compared to her, being in a conversation with that woman is just, that's it.
Absolutely.
Even being in a conversation with that woman, I am absolutely extremely privileged and lucky to be her son. And तो मेरे लिए जी बिल्कुल प्रेशर फील होता है. इतनी बड़ी हस्ती, इतना कमाए इतनी कम वक्त में, लेकिन I would never stop trying. मैं कभी कोशिश कभी बंद नहीं करूँगा, कभी मैं कोशिश करते रहूँगा मैं, और यही मेरी जिंदगी है.
Yeah, and you have been doing that with each of the projects that you have chosen, and they show a kind of different Pratik. I want to say this, like Sai, you said na ki when an actor proves people wrong about the perception, you have done it countless times in your career.
Thank you.
Today, people kind of have forgotten the demarcation between industries. There's a union that is happening. People recognize everything as Indian cinema. Do you feel like a little sense of pride that you kind of crossed that boundary with your craft even before that became a trend?
Now, it might be safe to say yes, kind of. But yeah, it's now. It's taken a lot of hard work, a lot of trying, a lot of waiting, a lot of patience. But I think, yes, if you do something with 100% conviction, 100% effort, I think, yes, it comes back to you.
Yeah. And Madhur sir, like aapka filmography, when someone says na, it's associated that he will make a strong women empowering film or a women centric film and everything. While you have excelled in that, and it is a great place to be at, but do you sometimes feel that it kind of limits your explorative space as well as the audience kind of might, because of the way people are leading you out to be, people might restrict themselves if you try to divulge in another way out of it?
See, you know what? It's been 21 years since I'm making movies. Since if you count Chandni Bar from my success till today, India Lockdown is my 15th film. I never go into this dynamics and geography, what people think about it or what the industry thinks about it. I'm basically, I don't belong to any camp, any coterie. I make my own cinema the way I want. Sometimes I take breaks also, which I want to make. I always made the film which I wanted to, the story I wanted to tell. I never think about कि अरे people मैं women-centric फिल्में बनाता हूँ या इस तरह की फिल्में बनाता हूँ, ऐसा कुछ नहीं. People do say Madhur makes very topical cinema, Madhur makes very hard-hitting cinema. There all kind of adjectives are being used against me, but that is okay because here I'm a storyteller. I want to tell different kind of a story, and I'm very happy that my film has been commercially successful, critically acclaimed. It has got national awards for me, my actors, everybody. And what else would you need here? And I'm in my own zone. I don't belong to, like I said, any lobby or any coterie to be over there. So I'm happy the way I want to tell my stories. And it can be any. See, I'm not a person who will look for budgets. Fashion became blockbuster. After that, I made a movie with Jail, which was 1/4 of the budget. तो आई एम नॉट अ पर्सन नो अभी मैंने इतनी बड़ी हिट दी है तो अभी इससे बड़ी हिट बनाऊंगा, अभी मैं 40 करोड़ की फिल्म बनाएंगे. आई एम नॉट लाइक दैट. आई एम हियर टू टुमारो इफ आई वांट टू मेक अ फिल्म अ स्मॉल लाइक बबली बाउंसर बजट वाज मच हायर देन इंडिया लॉकडाउन. It's all depends on the script. My script will decide my budget. And the way I want to tell the story, I'm not a proposal filmmaker. I can never make a proposal film. I make films I should enjoy the process of the film. It may some do well, it may not do well, but I should enjoy. At the end of the day, they are my babies, and with 100% conviction, I worked with.
Thank you so much, you all.
Thank you.
It has been a
Thank you so
pleasure
much.
talking to you. Wishing you all lots and lots of love
Thank you.
for everything you do.
Thank you
sir.
so much.
Thank you, dear.
Just lastly, sir.
Hi, this is Madhur Bhandarkar.
Hi, this is Sai Tamhankar.
Hi, this is Aahana Kumra.
Hi, this is Pratik Babbar, and you're watching us on Bollywood Bubble.